If you get a negative decision to your claim, you may have a right of appeal. If this happens, you will have to go through the appeals process, and this diagram shows an overview. It's a complex process that you may have to navigate yourself if you cannot find a legal advisor. The process starts there on the left where it says refusal or a grant of status. At this point, you will get a reasons for refusal letter that will tell you in detail why your claim for asylum is refused and if you have a right to appeal. There are some immigration rules where you may be granted leave even though your application has been dismissed. And information about these is in the Other Grants of Leave video. There are two tribunals, which are two different types of court. These are called a first-tier tribunal and an upper-tier tribunal. If you're allowed to appeal, you must lodge your appeal before the deadline. You will then have to wait to have your appeal heard in the first-tier tribunal. If your appeal is allowed, as in it is successful, you may be granted permission to stay, unless the Home Office appeals the court's decision. If your appeal in the first-tier tribunal is dismissed, as in it is unsuccessful, you can ask the first-tier tribunal for permission to appeal to the upper tribunal. When applying to appeal for the upper tribunal, you need to identify exactly what the first-tier tribunal has done wrong. And this can be really hard to do. We recommend that you speak to a legal representative. If your case goes to the upper tribunal, things get more complicated. There are also two courts above the upper tribunal that occasionally people can appeal to. And these are the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court. If you run out of appeal rights, you become appeal rights exhausted. This means the Home Office decision to refuse your asylum claim still stands. To find out what happens next, please watch the video called Appeal Rights Exhausted.